How does one reconcile with the feeling of grief, the loss of a loved one, the change that comes thereafter, a gaping hole that seemingly cannot be filled, sleepless nights and perilous thoughts, crowds of people wishing you their condolences, unknowingly making you more somber? A quote from one of a close family friend puts grief into a better perspective. In the midst of the loss of her husband, she proclaims that the worst thing that could happen to her has already happened, and yet she's forced to keep on living. Memento mori, a reminder by the Stoics of the inevitability of death. No one here makes it out alive. Kierkegaard, a theologian and a philosopher, exclaims that grief is often met with a visceral sense of morality, known as despair. And this feeling of despair can lead to self-realization and further individuation. Living with the idea that we might die at any given moment can appear to be a grim feeling. One might subscribe to the teachings of Heidegger, who writes that being present is grounded in the turning towards death, essentially advising us to carpe diem our way through life. Is there some pragmatic way to handle grief, an equation that's foolproof? Whereas most people deal with grief distinctly, my answer for grief comes in the object of total and complete resignation to God, a God that loves us and does not desire to see us grieve. A frequently used verse, but one that is an important reminder nevertheless, comes from the book of Philippians. And the peace of God, which surpasses all human understanding, will guard your hearts and your mind in Christ Jesus. So let us stray away from attempting to resolve grief pragmatically, but lean wholly in a God whose intent is so far beyond our comprehensions. Let the peace of God reign supreme in each and every one of our hearts, so that we may remain grounded when peril arises.